Good evening guys, hello and welcome back to another Monday evening of racing. This is of course season 18 round 2. We're this week at the Nordschleife. Obviously this season as well sponsored by Blue Dragon Racing, your source for affordable sim racing, affordable premium sim racing frames or rigs, however you want to call it. So if you're in the market for one of them, go and check them out. I digress. Last week we were at Dragon Trail Gardens. After that round we have Zico in first place with 35 points, just ahead by 3 points of BX Royal in second place. We got Racing Green currently in third with 30 points. We have Yannick in fourth with 26. We got Capel in fifth with 23 points. CMP is in sixth with 17. We got Anonyma in eighth with 14 points. Alessandro's in ninth, tied with 14 points. Astro in 10th with 8 points. We got Tintin in 11th with 8 points. Kellen is in 12th with 6. We got Auto Tion in 13th with 3 points. Perry's in 14th with 2. And Catfish bringing up the rear with 0 points. So how did he lose? Did he not get any points for last place then? Because he definitely came last in the first race. Or did he get points deducted? Not sure how that works. However, as I say, this week we are at the Nordschleife. This track has more corners than I've had hot dinners this year so far. Very testing track. Only 13 drivers present at the moment. We're due to go into qualifying in about 3 minutes time. So Zico looking for another strong finish this week to try and keep at the top of the table, but BX is only 3 points behind him, so BX is going to be looking to try and score maximum points as well. He did look very strong indeed last week. I think the Jaguar is quite a strong car if you can tame the tyre wear. Obviously Alessandro has had a good start to the season as well, I think, in the BMW. Let me just check. In fact, Alessandro currently in 9th place, so in the top 10, and only round 1. Capel at the moment in 5th in the standings. Viking Dog making a return. Obviously he's one of the reserves, but he's here this week. We got Zico, obviously the reigning tier 1 champion, currently still in the lead of the race. We've got 14 drivers now as we approach qualifying. And I believe this week we've got 20 minutes for qualifying, or 20 minutes and 30 seconds, so everybody should indeed get a lap in, even if it starts to rain. BX informs me. We're also running a new mic for this week, so any feedback would be great. Hopefully it's not too loud or too quiet for everybody. We're currently on board with Racing Green in practice. I believe qualifying will be starting soon. I think we've still got about another 2 minutes left of this practice session. So Tintin also in the Peugeot RCZ. Astro is in the Porsche 911, as is Yannick. Yannick having a really good race last week. I believe he secured his first win in Tier 1 in that Porsche. See what he can do this week. He was very, very strong as well in the Genesis, wasn't he? A season ago. Or 2 seasons ago even. And last season, obviously, he was Zico's teammate in the GTR. And them two absolutely run away with the manufacturers. And both actually finishing really strong. I think they finished first, second in the championship in the end as well. Perry in the McLaren 650S. CMP in that lovely Lexus. And Polito has just joined the room as well, so I think that's it. I think we've got 15 drivers now. Viking Dog is in the sister RX-7 or RX Vision. Polito in the Mercedes AMG, Kellen in the 650S, BX Royal obviously in the Jaguar, Zico now exiting the pits. Who have we got? So yeah, we have got 15 drivers now. That is a full grid. So I do believe we're going to have the message from BX anytime soon. In fact, no, this is going to be it. This is going to be qualifying now. We'll find BX. And we'll do a rundown through the grid and just remind you what car everybody's in. And I would assume everybody will be out on the racing soft compound of tyre. So BX Royal, as you can see they're in the Jaguar. Racing green, leaving plenty of room behind in that Peugeot RCZ. We got Zico then behind him in the Mazda RX Vision. Alessandro in the BMW M6. So he may have just pulled over to let Viking go through. So Viking also, as I said, in the sister Mazda RX Vision. Welcome along, Matty. We've got Capel in the Lexus. Alessandro there in the BMW. He's waiting, I believe, there for his teammate in the second BMW M6. That's Auto Ration. Then we have Yannick in the Porsche 911 GT3. Perry in the McLaren 650S. Tintin in the second of the 2 Peugeot RCZs. Polito in the Mercedes AMG. That was Astro just sweeping around his outside there in the second of the 2 Porsche 911s. We have got CMP, as I say, in the Lexus RCF. Then we have Kellen in the McLaren 650S and Anonyma in the second of the 2 Jaguar. So we're going back on board as Racing Green and BX Royal, having a little bit of fun it looked like, but then BX Royal actually moves out of the way to allow Racing Green free. Racing Green isn't going to be on a flying lap yet, but he wants to try and get this first lap out of the way, it looks like. We haven't had the weather reports, but you never know. Weather could be a factor around here, around the Nordschleife. It's one of them tracks, isn't it? So BX Royal actually allowing Racing Green and Zico through. He wants a bit of free air, I think, does BX Royal. Maybe trying to conserve his tyres a little bit as well as the other 2 guys push on. So a little bit of an onboard with the reigning Tier 1 champion, Zico. This one here can be a little bit of a tricky corner, or that one there. So this section of corners can be all too easy to get it a little bit wrong, but Zico has got it right through there. It looks like he's not actually working them tyres too hard at the moment, so hopefully he'll have plenty in them for when he does his push lap. Obviously Racing Green up ahead now in free air. I think he's actually backed off a little bit to try and keep some life in them tyres. Obviously a very long lap this one. I think it's going to be around the 7:20 or 7:30 mark for the guys. Probably coming up to around the halfway point of the track. So a little bit of a train forming behind Yannick. Everybody else leaving plenty of space, knowing that the car in front is going to be starting a flying lap as they finish the lap. But as you can see, still quite some lap to go, and it's getting very dark out there indeed. I wonder if the guys are actually even going to get a lap on the softs. The rain may descend before. It's going to be a gamble, isn't it? If they stay out on the softs or if they go to inters. You can see the sun coming out on certain parts of the track as well. So it could just be a passing cloud or a passing front. Maybe there won't be any weather. Through the carousel and then onto what I think is probably one of the more technical parts of the track. Some very, very sweeping, windy corners. You've got to be a brave man to get an overtake done around the Nordschleife as well, so we'll have to keep an eye out and see how many overtakes we can see tonight, or if it becomes a little bit of a procession. We did see last week, didn't we, the top three managed to quite comfortably pull away from the rest of the field. But then we also did see some shenanigans coming into turn one. So everybody is still yet to finish their first, well, finish their out lap. Oh, it looks like a Pale, actually the most noticeable tyre wear that I've seen at the moment. Viking Dog not far behind him. Perry looking like he's looking after his tyres quite well. Yannick also, as is Tintin and Astro and CMP. Alessandro's tyres look pretty good as well. I think he's taking it fairly easy. Anonymous. Them fronts are taking a little bit of a beating. It looks like he's trying to get this lap finished before the rain comes. Polito, he's been looking after his tyres, you can tell. As has Kellen and Autoration. And you can see Racing Green is pushing on now, trying to get this lap over and done with. As you can see, a lot of fog now down the back straight. And what will he do? Do you think he's going to stay out, guys? Do you think the weather's going to come, or is he going to stay out and chance it on the softs? At the moment it looks quite clear, doesn't it? I don't think there's any rain actually descending on track at the moment, so just a bit of fog to contend with. You can't see the wipers going on that RCF. It does look like there might be a tiny bit of moisture forming on the surface of the track. And he has stayed out. So this will be his first flying lap for Racing Green. Will any of the guys behind him decide to pit? I don't think they will. It doesn't actually look like it's raining, so maybe it's going to clear up again. So Racing Green is going to be the first man, it would seem, to finish a flying lap. As long as he doesn't invalidate it. It does look like he might be struggling for grip a tiny bit out there. I'm not sure if it's a little bit of sand being kicked up or if we did see a bit of moisture. We definitely saw some gravel as he went through the gravel trap ever so slightly on that last turn. Just dipped a wheel in. So we're now coming on to the Nordschleife for the second time in this qualifying session. And Racing Green looking very racy indeed at the moment. And we have seen how pacey Racing Green can be. I think it'd definitely be interesting to see what sort of time he can do in that Peugeot. Let's have a look at what everybody else is doing. So BX Royal is now in second place. He's on his first flying lap of the evening. He's also looking very racy indeed. It does look like he's got a lot of pace in that Jaguar. And Zico up to 172 miles an hour before the hard braking zone. Down into second gear, straight back up to third again. Hard on the power all the way down the hill. And then back up to the next braking zone. Yeah, that was nicely done there from Zico. He's got that Mazda well and truly hooked up around this track. Oh, Capel. Testing the track limits on the exit of that last turn. Looks like he's on the absolute cusp of adhesion. It's a Viking dog. And his first race back in Tier 1 for a little while. He was here a season or two ago. This week, Zico's teammate in the Mazda. See what you can do tonight, Perry. So yeah, looks like everyone stayed out on the softs as the sun has come out again, so definitely the right decision. somebody has dropped right off the bat. There's a few huge gaps. I'm not sure if somebody's had a moment somewhere. Or we know that Auto Retion was saving his tyres, but he is some way back. Is he at a moment somewhere? Not too sure. And in fact, the outlap of Racing Green was an 8 minutes 7.8, so maybe I was a little bit optimistic with my prediction of a lap time. We'll have to wait and see what sort of lap he does manage to get in. Obviously we do have 20 minutes of qualifying this evening. I think it's going to be it. It's going to be like a one-lap shootout, isn't it? It's going to be a one-shot because nobody's going to get a chance to do another lap on them tyres once Racing Green comes to the end of this lap. Them tyres are going to be well and truly cooked. So he's going to have enough to get him back to the pit, and I assume that we're 4.5 minutes in, 14.5 minutes into 20 minutes of qualifying now. So only 5.5 to go, just under. So Racing Green is going to be the man to beat at the moment. He's going to get the first time on the board. BX will be the next to cross the line. When we checked in with him, he was looking very racy indeed. He still is. Also looking like he's well and truly got that Jaguar hooked up around here. I think he's been putting the laps in, hasn't he? Very fast indeed through the carousel. Almost skipped over the exit curve there. That was, yeah, impressive stuff. And I wonder if the top three, how it is now, if that's going to be the top three come the end of qualifying. We've seen how quick Viking Dog can be. Will he be able to beat the top three? Capel also has a lot of pace, as has Astro, as has Yannick. Well, the whole field. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one indeed. As I say, I think it's going to be the only fast lap they really get to do. I mean, they're going to get another one. And it's a 7 minutes 54.2 for Racing Green. What's BX Royal got in this lap? And he takes provisional pole by 2.5 seconds. Zico takes second place. He's only 1.8 seconds off the back of BX Royal, but that is quite some margin. Racing Green down to third place now. 7 tenths is all that is in it. Capel up into third place. Only 1 tenth off of Zico. So Racing Green now dropping down the order. He's down to fourth place now. He's also in the pits. I think realising he's not got any time. Oh, Viking Dog up into second place. Provisional second. Welcome along, EA. Nice to have you on board, buddy. So Viking Dog only 1.2 seconds off the back of BX Royal. 5 tenths ahead of Zico. Everybody meeting up now down on turn 1. It's a nice little coffee meeting there. Perry comes across the line in provisional 6th place. Capel up into 4th. Yannick will settle for 7th at the moment. Astro 8th. Tintin, what can he do as he comes across the line? He's going to be the next person to cross the line, I believe. Oh, and CMP up into 8th place. Only 1.1 seconds off the back of Yannick. Tintin will start in 10th. Or will he know he's been pushed down to 11th as Perry, I think that was, goes up into 7th place. Alessandro is up there in 6th. So plenty of positions being swapped towards the end of this qualifying session. We've still got Kellen to finish. We still have Polito and Auto Ration. Kellen up into 7th place. That pushes Perry down a place, and Yannick and TMP will check in with the rest of the order once the session finishes. Anonymous in the pits. Polito up into 7th place. That drops Kellen now down to 8th. Auto, what can Auto Ration do? Is he on a lap? Looks like he's just cruising down the straight at the moment. Just out for a Sunday drive. He's not going to finish 15th, but can he improve on his position at the moment? His starting position on the grid. What's it going to be for Auto Ration as he comes across the line? And he improves up to 9th place there for Auto Ration. Well done, mate. GG's. Good lap. And everyone else lined up down at the first turn. Nice little coffee meetings. We've got BX Royal starting on pole. Viking Dog will start in 2nd place. Zico in 3rd. Capel in 4th. Racing Green in 5th. Alessandro in 6th. Polito in 7th. Kellen will start in 8th. We've got Auto Ration starting in 9th. Perry in 10th. Yannick in 11th. CMP in 12th. Astro in 13th. Tintin in 14th. And Anonymous will start in 15th place. Oh, and the fastest lap from BX Royal was a 7-minute 51.6. And welcome along, everyone. If you've only just joined us, obviously this is season 18, round 2, tier 1. We're about to get into the first race of the evening. I think we're just waiting for the timer to finish now. Polito looking like maybe he's going to do some donuts. What's going on? Here we go. So that was the finishing order after qualifying again. BX Royal on pole, Viking Dog 2nd, Zico 3rd, Capel 4th, Racing Green starting in 5th, Alessandro starting in 6th, Polito 7th, Kellen 8th, Auto Ration in 9th, Perry in 10th, Yannick starts in 11th, CMP in 12th, Astro 13th, Tintin 14th, and Anonymous in 15th place. And this could be a good one. It could go one of two ways. It could be a very, very close pack all the way round, plenty of moves being made, or it could spread very early on and then people struggle to get onto the back of the car in front of them at times. So yeah, definitely going to be an interesting one. BX Royal lines up on pole for the 2nd round of the season, and they're off. Zico covering off positions early doors. Viking Dog, Racing Green trying to make a move around the outside. Now it's getting very congested coming into turn 1. Let's hope everybody gets through there unscathed. They're almost 3 wide there. Capel, Racing Green and Polito. We have Alessandro now in 7th place. Auto Ration there in 9th, 8th. As Kellen tries to go around the outside in that McLaren 650S. Perry into the back of Auto Ration there. Under braking. Few moves being shuffled throughout the back as well. BX Royal starting to try and make a getaway now in that Jaguar. He looked very strong, didn't he, last week? I think he actually took the win, didn't he, in the sprint, and then only finished 5th. Yes, I think he did. Polito got past Capel. He's just got passed by Racing Green no further back. Polito with a very good start once again in that Mercedes AMG. He had a brilliant start as well last week, didn't he? He was looking very strong indeed. Oh, it's Capel. Capel looking for a move now. He's going to try and take the move up the inside into this next left-hander, but he's not quite close enough, so he backs out. Actually, a bit of a centre-esh, that last one. So Viking Dog now trying to hold on to the back of BX Royal. He's managed to close the gap down a couple of tenths. It's only 6 tenths in it now. He's actually 1.1 seconds ahead of his teammate, the current Tier 1 champion, that is Zico. Zico currently still in 3rd place. Not currently being challenged by Racing Green, but I think he's probably very aware that he's not far behind him. Racing Green has been very strong so far this season as well. In fact, as I say that, it looks like Racing Green has closed up onto the back of Zico now. We might see a move come in the next couple of turns. There's only going to be a couple of opportunities before the next windy sector of track. It can get very hard indeed to get the overtake done, and I think Viking Dog has actually closed up onto the back of BX Royal as well. He's only 4 tenths off the back of him now. So the battle for 1st place is starting to heat up. Viking Dog starting to put the thumb screws on BX Royal up there in 1st place. What can BX do? It looked like he was starting to get away, didn't it? Maybe he's put too much heat into them tyres too early. Viking Dog perhaps taking it a little bit easy on that 1st lap, just trying to break them tyres in slowly. And this is now where it gets very difficult to try and get an overtake done through these windy sectors. There is one fairly straight part track coming up soon, but you have to be very close indeed to be able to get a move done into the next braking zone. There is possibly an opportunity on that last turn as well, but Viking Dog not close enough. So BX has now got a bit of breathing space once again. He's managed to claw a couple of tenths back. So Viking Dog now sat 7 tenths behind him. We've got Zico there, still in 3rd place. He's still got 6 tenths over Racing Green. Racing Green had closed right up onto the back of him, right up onto his gearbox, but he's backed off a little bit now. Maybe the Mazda ever so slightly better through the corners than the Peugeot. Then we got, it looked like Polito and Capel having a little bit of a battle there, but Capel currently holding a half a second penalty, which is going to not help his efforts at all, as it's starting to get very dark out there once again. We saw this in practice though. Are we actually going to see some weather come into effect around this track in this evening's first race? Only a 2-lapper this one as well. So if anybody's trying to get any moves done, they've got to try and get them done early, as Capel is now putting the pressure on Polito. He's trying to set a move up, but obviously still carrying that penalty. I think even if he manages to get past Polito, he's still going to lose the position once again. And this was it here. This was the area that I was thinking of, as Capel does go for the move up the inside. And I think he might have got it done. Polito though, yeah, Polito has backed out. Dipping behind Capel on the entry to the carousel. Capel has, however, got to try and create a bit of a gap now, try and get onto the back of Racing Green, possibly up ahead, because he is for sure going to lose that position once again. That might be why Polito's not tried to fight him too much, because he can see that Capel has that penalty. He has now got Alessandro though. Alessandro looking for a way past as well. What Polito's tyres look? No, so Polito's tyres actually not looking too bad at the moment. Perhaps he's just not too confident around the Nordschleife. He started losing a bit of time though. Oh, and Viking Dog has managed to take the lead of the race. BX Royal is down to third. So the two Mazdas have passed the Jaguar. We missed that one, guys, didn't we? But look at Viking Dog go in his return race. Doesn't look like there's any cobwebs on this dude. We ain't got to dust him off just yet. 1.3 seconds is the gap he has still over his teammate Zico. I think that gap's been fairly consistent, so I wonder if maybe BX has had a slight moment somewhere which has dropped him behind the two Mazdas. He's coming back strong though, is BX Royal. Very, very close indeed now to Zico. It's only 3 tenths in it. What can BX do? Can he manage to get back past the sister Mazda and try and get back up onto the leader, which at the moment is now Viking Dog? And you can see a slight train forming in the background there as BX Royal does indeed go for the move down the straight. I think the Jaguar just with the superior top end. 167, 168, it's 178, sorry, miles an hour before he has to start thinking about braking. And Zico back around the outside there on the exit of the final turn. And he's going to have the inside for turn 1. Is BX going to be able to pull around the outside though as we're into the final lap now of this first race of the evening? Zico manages to get a move done, but he's gone deep. That's allowed BX around the outside once again into turn 2. Zico still there on the inside though. BX a little bit deep on the exit. There wasn't really a lot of space there, but he made the most of it. Still with a fighting chance and manages to get back through. What a move there from BX Royal. This battle is really starting to heat up here at the front between these top two, and Racing Green is there. He's come for a look now as well. We can see these two battling up ahead. He wants to try and make the most of that. Zico and BX still side by side. BX just edges ahead once again. Are we going to see another swap back for Zico? Ah, Racing Green up the inside now. Zico. What can Zico do? Zico's going to have to go really defensive, but the door's wide open now for Racing Green to come up the inside. I think Zico maybe will lose that position, but he hasn't. He holds it. That is some cracking driving there from both of these guys. Well, from all three of these guys. BX Royal, Zico and Racing Green. So much respect for each other. And Polito not far behind now as well. Polito 1.3 seconds still off the back of Racing Green. Can he become a feature in this sprint race? Capel also not far behind, as is Alessandro. The two BMWs, Auto Ration as well, come from, I think he's come from 9th, isn't he? Oh, Zico with a big snap there. That's cost him a couple of attempts. I think that allowed Racing Green the momentum he needed to be able to pull alongside now. Oh, very dicey place to try and get a move done though. But Zico has left plenty of room. He's dipped back in behind Racing Green. Racing Green up into 3rd place now. Zico down to 4th. But Zico coming back once again. He's going to be on the outside though for this next left-hander. He's going to have the inside surely though for this hard braking right-hander. And he's going to gain that 3rd place once again on the exit. You see Polito not far behind now at all. It's going to become a 3-way battle for 3rd place. Maybe even a 4-way battle with Capel waiting in the wings as well. We could see any one of them 4 cars, maybe even that 5th car, Alessandro as well. Any one of them 5 cars on the podium. Oh, Capel now looking for a way past Polito. Polito defending hard though. He's making that AMG as well as he possibly can. He's got a little bit deep though. No! Oh, there's been contact! Capel! It looked like Capel just pushed him off. Polito obviously lost it a little bit, but Capel just drove into him. Viking Dog, 2.3 seconds is the lead he has now over BX Royal, who's comfortably in second place, 2.6 seconds ahead of Zico. Zico looks like he may have finally got a bit of breathing space. He can work on trying to maybe reel in BX. He's still got just over half a lap left to go, or just under half a lap left to go. Very long track, this one. But now with 9 tenths, he's actually managed to break the toe back to Racing Green. Racing Green, who may now be struggling with them racing soft tyres on that Peugeot. Capel now in 5th place. Alessandro only 3 tenths off of him though. Alessandro, what can he do in that M6? Both fairly evenly matched machines. Alessandro making his intentions known. Maybe trying to force Capel into a bit of an error. Capel did go a little bit deep there. Looked like Alessandro may have had the momentum to get past, but not quite gets it done. Or doesn't quite get it done. So Auto-Tion now defending back to Perry. Perry still in 8th place, but still looking strong in the McLaren. His teammate there in 9th, Kellen. Tintin with a little bit of a gap over CMP in 11th. We've got Anonyma now in 12th. So he's made up a few positions. Anonyma, Polito 13th, Yannick 14th, Astro down in 15th place. Racing Viking Dog absolutely dominating at the moment in that Mazda. He's actually 2.1 seconds ahead of BX Royal at the moment. The gap is coming down ever so slightly, but Waz BX got left in the tank. Has he just been trying to conserve them tyres? That gap is starting to come down fairly rapidly now. He's actually just chipped out 2 tenths through this last sector. Well and truly a cat and mouse game now for first place. What can BX do in the dying stages of this sprint race? He is well and truly chasing Viking Dog down. Can Viking Dog keep the lead of the race? We've seen how quick the Jaguar is along the straights. We're going to be coming up to the back straight ever so soon. We're through the next couple of corners. And here we are. This is where BX can unleash the full power of the Jaguar. Can he get onto the back of Viking Dog by the end of the straight? I'm sure Viking Dog's definitely going to be checking his mirrors, seeing how close BX is getting. It doesn't look like there's a lot in it, does it? But there is still 1.8 seconds in that gap. So it does in fact look like Viking Dog may be taking home the win in this first race. The first race of the evening. And he does, he crosses the line in first place, GG Viking Dog. BX Royal takes the fastest lap and second place there at the end. Zico will take third place, Racing Green fourth. And Capel takes 5th, Alessandro 6th, Automation 7th, Perry in 8th, Kellen 9th, CMP 10th, Tintin 11th, Anonyma 12th, Polito 13th, Yannick in 14th, and Astro will bring it home in 15th place. What happened to Astro at the end? I think Astro may be having a moment. I just had a coughing fit. Well, that was it, guys. That was the first race of the evening, the sprint race, as Astro crosses the line in 15th place. So Viking Dog is obviously going to start in 10th place for the feature. See what you can do from there. What a brilliant return race though there for Viking Dog. Absolutely cracking stuff. So the results once again were Viking Dog finished in 1st with BX in 2nd, Zico was 3rd, we had Racing Green 4th, Capel in 5th, Alessandro 6th, Autoration in 7th, Perry in 8th, Kellen in 9th, we had CMP in 12th, Tintin 11th, Anonyma 3rd, CMP 10th, Tintin 11th, Anonyma 12th, Polito in 13th, Yannick in 14th, and Astro in 15th place, which will put CMP on pole for the feature, Kellen in 2nd. We're going to have Perry starting in 3rd, Autoration will start in 4th, Alessandro in 5th, Capel in 6th, Racing Green 7th, Zico starts in 8th, BX Royal in 9th, Viking Dog in 10th, Tintin 11th, Anonymous will start in 12th, Polito 13th, Yannick in 14th, and Astro will start in 15th place. And this would be your time to go and grab a refreshment or a toilet break, if you indeed want one, before the feature race. The CMP's just put in the chat there, 2 minutes please BX, so I think we're going to have a couple of minutes. Well, we always have a couple of minutes anyway. So what is your predictions for the feature race, guys? We saw Yannick take his first win last week. I believe it was in Tier 1. Absolutely cracking strategy and racing from Yannick. It looked like it was going to be close come towards the end, but no, he had a decent gap, didn't he? BX actually only managing to finish 5th as well in the feature. But he came from 10th place, so making up 5 positions. So Viking Dog out testing out the racing hard compound. It's like a few people out on them actually. Most of the rest of the field. Oh no, we've seen a few changes in tyres, so yeah, a few people testing out the hard compound. A few people out on the mediums. So obviously a split in strategies once again this week. Which is what we like to see. So what have we got in the ways of tyres? We've got Zico currently out on hards. Racing Green looking like he might go for the mediums. Anonyma mediums. Yannick out on the hards. Astro on hards. Autorotation also on hards. Alessandro on mediums, so maybe the BMW's going split strategy. Tintin on mediums. BX is on mediums. Capel's on mediums. Viking Dog looking like he may be sticking with the hards. Polito on mediums, Kellen mediums, Perry mediums, CMP mediums. Oh, Zico! Zico with a bit of a bum twitcher there. He managed to save it though. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Ooh. It's an interesting line for that last corner. Definitely pushing them hards as hard as he possibly can. And here we go. I think this is it. I think it's the feature race of the evening. We'll go on board with CMP as he is on pole. I'm going to find a better camera for the rolling start. So this is it, the feature race of the evening. Round 2, season 18, Nordschleife. And they're off. So CMP's going to lead the pack down into turn 1 for the first time in this feature race. It's only a 5 lap of this one, but a very long lap indeed, as Kellen starts to have a cheeky look up the inside there. Looks like one of the BMWs getting shuffled out wide. He's managed to regain his composure though. Back in the background, I think it was Alessandro going a little bit deep. CMP maintains that lead with the 2 McLarens not far behind him. Kellen still trying to have nibbles. He's still trying to make a move happen early doors. So CMP on racing hards, Kellen on the mediums. As his teammate Perry goes up the inside there. No team orders between the 2 McLarens. Perry up into second place. He's free now to try and challenge CMP. And up the inside once again. And he forced CMP a little bit out wide a little bit there. Almost allowing Kellen alongside us. CMP fights back. Manages to retake the position. Perry lost out there. Found himself on the outside. And he's lost more positions. We've got Alessandro up into third place. Racing Greens followed him through. We've got Capel. Capel now making a move on Perry. Autorotation also looking for an opening. Autorotation now under the attention of Zico and BX Royal. BX Royal and Zico having a battle in the background there, side by side. And the other Mazda wants to come and play as well. I think that's Tintin. No, it's Viking Dog. And then we have Tintin not far behind as well. Oh, it's got very congested indeed. I think we're going to see some shenanigans up ahead. Alessandro, so the top 3 all still very close indeed. CMP still in the lead of the race. Kellen still there in second place. Alessandro is now in third. Racing Green gets shuffled out a little bit wide there, or did he just go a little bit wide under braking? Still there in fourth place with Capel not far behind him now in fifth. Racing Green looks for a move around the outside now of Alessandro. He's just got a better drive. Manages to slot ahead up the hill into the next right-hander. Up into third place for Racing Green. He goes a little bit wide again. The other BMW in the background there. I think it was... Who the hell was it? It was Auto Retil now dropping down the order. That he's going to drop down to 15th place as the other Porsche sweeps past him. So going back up through the order, we still have a battle forming between Alessandro and Racing Green. Racing Green wants that third position. He managed to get past Alessandro momentarily, but Alessandro managed to sneak back past him. Kellen well and truly on the back of CMP now. He's looking for a move, although he's gone a little bit deep there. You saw a Mazda off. We'll check in a minute, dude. Yeah, we'll have a look in just a second, buddy, because we have still got a battle here for first place. Kellen, can he manage to get a move done on CMP? CMP looking quite strong at the moment though in that Lexus. Remember, he is on the hard compound tyres, so they are going to run for a lot longer than the medium, so Kellen wants to try and get past as soon as he can before their mediums start to fade. It looks like we're not going to see the move come anytime soon. Although he is still closing, so we're going to stick with the battle for just a second. We will check in with everyone else and see where everyone else is on track. It doesn't look like any noticeable gaps at the moment, so I think the field is still very tightly bunched indeed. We're going to have a quick rundown. So we've got CMP still in the lead of the race with Kellen now in second place. Alessandro is up to third, being challenged now by Racing Green in fourth. Racing Green momentarily up to third, but Alessandro is still there on the inside. Racing Green doesn't really want to find himself on the outside of the track there. He doesn't want to find himself in the grass, as that other McLaren there of Perry just did. So everybody behind the top two still swapping positions, as Kellen is still trying to find his way through, find his way past CMP. There's a sixth gear. Kellen can change up to sixth, dude. Chooses not to, gets the move done. One absolute move there. CMP no, shuffling down the order now, down to fourth place, down to fifth. That's a good job we stayed on board. So Racing Green up into the lead of the race. That was an absolutely, yeah, it was. That was an absolutely cracker move. CMP didn't see it coming, and then actually, I think, yeah, probably scared him a little bit. It would have done the same to me. So Racing Green trying to make a bit of a getaway now. He's got 6 tenths over Kellen, now in second place, or still in second place. Alessandro is still in third there, with Capel hot on his heels in fourth place. We have CMP in fifth. Perry is now in sixth. We've got BX Royal now in seventh, with Zico in eighth. Polito is in ninth, but he's got that half a second penalty, so he's going to drop into the clutches of Anonyma, who is currently 10th. We've got Yannick now in 11th. Astro is in 12th. We've got Tintin in 13th. Auto in 14th, Viking Dog now in 15th place. So it's Viking Dog at a moment somewhere, and he's all the way down the field, down in 15th place, 2.5 seconds off the back of Auto. He's going to bring that in though. He's a very fast driver. I know he's got it in him. We saw how quick he was in the sprint race, and he's actually chipped a couple of tenths out of that gap already. So a battle now forming between Tintin and Astro. Tintin trying to get a move done in the Peugeot. Astro making that Porsche as wide as he possibly can. And wait, BX, I think BX dropped a couple of positions. BX now in 10th, or back to 10th. He started in 10th. What happened to BX? He's got damage as well, damage on that car. He's under the attention now of Yannick. Yannick looking for a move all over the back. Oh, you can't do it off track, mate. All over the back of BX. And BX's damage should surely be repaired now, so... And it is. That's why he'd lost that pace before. That's why he was dropping temps. CMP now down to 8th place. Polito just lost that position. The CMP, that was a great move there from CMP. He managed to capitalise on Polito just dipping the wheel off onto the grass. Polito now is going to serve that penalty. He's going to lose a few more positions. Yeah, Anonyma breezes past him. BX will surely come through as well with the top speed of that Jaguar. And here he comes, BX around the outside. He's going to be getting the toe now of Anonyma up ahead, and he does. He breezes past easily. And we have Kellen now in the lead of the race. Alessandro is up to second, so Racing Green down into third place. So they're still swapping positions at the front. Alessandro gets the move done into third place on turn 1. And Racing Green now trying to come back against Kellen. Is he going to get it done around the outside? I think he is. He's going to have the inside for the next one. And he does. He's up into second. Kellen back down to third. If I know, Kellen was in second, wasn't he? And then we've got Capel. Capel joins the action in fourth place, and now back onto the top 3. Racing Green for a big moment. That's allowed Kellen back through, up into second place. But no, Racing Green with the switchback. And then Capel. Capel wants a piece of the action as well. He wants to try and impose himself on that top 3. So all these guys, yeah, all these guys on the medium tyre now. Alessandro with a 1.2 second lead over Racing Green. Currently in second place with Kellen there in third. Trying to keep Capel at bay. In fourth place. And I think these guys actually with a considerable gap over... Yeah, so they've got a 3.7 second gap over the rest of the field now. The top 4. I'm going to stick with this battle here for third place. Kellen doing a really good job of keeping that McLaren ahead of Lexus. And in fact, Kellen gaining a couple of attempts over Capel now. He's got a tiny bit of breathing space. His teammate Perry 4.5 seconds off the back of Capel. Perry managing to get a move done on Zico, so Zico now down into 6th place. Perry also on the mediums, so Zico is on the hards. I think that's why he's not fighting too much. He knows that obviously the mediums are going to start to fade. He's on a different strategy to the guys around him. Obviously BX out on the mediums, back into 7th place. BX has managed to get a couple of positions made up. He was in 10th last time we checked. So CMP is now in 8th place. He's got half a second's penalty, as has Polito once again. Last time we saw he had a penalty as well. Anonyma now in 10th. He's going to get past both of these guys surely when they serve their penalties. Oh, Polito. Oh, Polito. Polito with a move, didn't quite pay off. He's now going to wait for CMP to rejoin the track. And they're both now down in 14th and 15th place. That's great sportsmanship there from Polito, but it was a bit of an optimistic move. CMP retakes 14th, Polito now down to 15th. 6.1 seconds off the back of the field now. Auto Ratil now in 13th. Viking Dog is up to 12th once again. As Tintin and Astro, I think, still swapping positions ahead. Oh. Viking Dog edging ever closer. Making the most of them racing hard, as I believe the mediums are starting to fade around him now. Just trying to find the closest gap at the moment. So Alessandro has stretched that lead now to 2.1 seconds in the BMW M6, which probably feels very at home around the Nordschleife. I remember doing so many laps in this car around here to try and get the gold in the license challenges. Or was it the I think it was the circuit experience. Or was it the license challenges? I can't remember. One of the two. Obviously got it eventually. But yeah, Alessandro at the moment with a comfortable lead over Racing Green, who is now in second place, over Kellen in third, and Capel still in fourth. The top four only 4 seconds ahead of the rest of the field now. It was around 6 seconds before, but Perry has started to reel him in. Coming towards the end now of lap 2 of 5. And it looks like Capel's tyres are coming to the end of their shelf life. In fact, I think a lot of the medium runners are going to be starting to struggle a tiny bit for adhesion. This is where the hards are going to come into their own. As you can see, Zico is now closing once again to Perry and starting to pull away a little bit from BX behind. When are we going to see the first flurry of pit stops? What do you think it's going to be? 3 laps on the hards, 2 laps on the mediums? Or can you get 3 out of the mediums? Does look like Perry is starting to lose a tiny bit of time now. No changes at the front. Has Zico got the grunt in that Mazda to be able to get past Perry along the straight, though? It looks like he's just staying behind for the minute. Almost pushing the McLaren along. So yeah, unable to get the move done on the straight, and we do see our first medium runners into the pits now. Racing Green and Capel going to get rid of them medium compound tyres. They'll surely be going on to hards. So what are these other guys going to do? Will they try and stay out and maybe go on to softs for the final lap? Softs last the lap? I imagine they would. They're going to be very dead indeed though, aren't they, as they come to the end of lap 3. The tyres, that is, not the drivers. So Zico is still very close indeed to Perry at the moment. Only 5 tenths in it. I think he was hoping he was going to be in first place at this point. I think he was figuring that maybe the other guys on mediums would have pit by now. But obviously Alessandro, Kellen and Perry have all stayed out. Zico still with a nice buffer over BX Royal behind in 5th place. 3.2 seconds is the gap, and Zico tries to have a look for a move. It looked like maybe he was trying to seize an opportunity there, trying to set one up, thinking better of it, not quite close enough. So is it in fact going to be hard soft, medium soft or hard soft? There's a gamble on how much time you'll lose on them fading mediums. But it looks like BX has done really well here. He started to close the gap to Zico. Zico still unable to get past Perry up ahead. And all the while with a 10.6 second gap over Viking Dog, who is now up into 6th place. Racing Green now down to 7th. He's on Racing Soft, so he opted for the undercut. And looking for the move now on Viking Dog. Viking Dog is in trouble, and Racing Green does just breeze past. Got the move done with ease. I don't think Viking Dog, again, wanting to fight too much, knowing he's on a different strategy. He would have obviously seen Racing Green go into the pits to change them tyres. What's up, Slim Users? Welcome along, buddy. Hope you're doing good. So yeah, Viking Dog down into 7th now. We've got Tintin currently in 8th place. Autoration in 9th. We have CMP in 10th. Capel is 11th. We have Polito now in 12th. Polito stayed out on the mediums. I think that front left is going to have left the chat by the time he enters the pits. Maybe even both front tyres. Yannick on a fresh set of mediums now. He's fueled that car to the end of the race. Maybe a tad too much, not too sure. Perhaps he's got it just right. Anonyma also with around the same amount of fuel, so perhaps Racing Green is going to go into the pits once again, because we saw he didn't have as much fuel. Astro out on a set of fresh mediums. So Alessandro with the fastest lap currently as well at 8 minutes 1.095. Still out on very heavily worn mediums. He's got a 2.4 second lead still over Kellen, back in 2nd place in a McLaren 650S. Kellen having a fantastic drive here in this feature race as well. And Alessandro also, he's going to be having a bit of a chilled one at the front. Nice bit of breathing space. So Kellen's got 5.2 seconds over Perry. Zico 8 tenths. Look at that gap back to BX Royal now. The gap to BX Royal has come down to 1.2 seconds. BX will be able to start challenging the top 3. How's BX pit yet? I think he started on hards, didn't he? So you would presume that Zico and BX are going to go in and chuck on a fresh set of hards at the end of this lap. I think taking a gamble that the guys ahead of them probably would have pit earlier, or maybe lost a bit more time as the tyres went off. Alessandro only losing 3 tenths at the moment to Kellen, who is also yet to pit. Oh, looking like it's getting a little bit squirrely out there though in the McLaren. As I say that though, he's actually still closing to Alessandro. He's taking chunks out of that gap. And Zico well and truly on the back of Perry now. once again through the windy final sector. I think one of my favourite parts of the track. Oh, what a move there from Zico, getting it done on the corner exit. Perry now down to 4th. Let's have a look at Perry's tyres. Yeah, so Perry's tyres very, very, very worn indeed. That left tyre is ready to drop off. As BX starting to close now as well. BX only 6/10 off the back of Perry now. I'm sure he would probably like to try and get the move done before his pit stop as well. Try and get as close to Zico as he can. I think everybody ahead of him yet to pit. I think the only person... Is Racing Green going to stay out though? That is the question. So BX Royal is already past Perry. How much can he close up to Zico before the pit? In fact, it looks at the moment like Zico's managing to pull away ever so slightly. Oh, as Kellen gets a move done around the outside there of Alessandro. Alessandro's still on the inside. No, he isn't. He's dropped that position. So Kellen up into the lead of the race. Just enough life left in them tyres, as I'm sure they're going to peel into the pits now. Yeah, there they go. Zico's in. BX Royal will surely be in as well. Racing Green is in, so he is on a 2-stop. Perry joins them. So Viking Dog. What is Viking Dog? Yeah, Viking Dog will follow. Where are the closest guys? Ah, so Capel up into the lead of the race. Looked like he went for a very early undercut. Kellen is exiting the pits now, but Capel is well and truly past, isn't he? Yes, he is. Up into turn 1. Actually with a 2.6 second gap. I think Capel may be very hard to beat. Kellen out on a fresh set of hards. Why is he on hard? I thought he would have gone for softs. Alessandro on hards as well. Zico mediums. So both cars still yet to get their tyres switched on, but I think Zico is going to be able to get past Alessandro with the advantage of their mediums. Having a look around the outside. He's going to stick it on the inside, be on the inside for the next right-hander. Gets the move done. Alessandro down into 4th place. Zico has got a 3.2 second gap up ahead to Kellen. But the leader of the race has 2.7 seconds, 2.8 seconds over the rest of the field currently. Kellen on racing hards. I'm not sure why everyone hasn't gone for softs. Interesting. So Alessandro down into 4th place, but he's not letting Zico get away just yet. He is holding on to the back of him. BX Royal is up into 5th. He's on a fresh set of hards. Okay. Racing Green now on mediums. Yannick. He's on a couple of lap old mediums. Currently up now into 7th place, but this is a battle forming here between Racing Green and BX Racing Green on the faster compound. But BX Royal very good at defending. Are we going to see a move come? Or is the Jaguar just too much of a powerhouse? Racing Green is trying everything he can. There's a tiny little nudge there. Racing Green up into 5th. BX now being compromised by Yannick. Yannick looking for a move around the outside. Not quite close enough to get it done on that occasion. And BX were waiting to try and turn them hards on. Go on BX, you can get them switched on, mate. So Yannick now 7th. Perry on Fresh Racing Hards. Viking Dog Fresh Racing Mediums currently in 9th place, only 7/10 off the back of Perry. I think this is going to be a battle forming soon. So it looks like Perry got a little bit wrong through that last little sector. He's lost several tenths. So Viking Dog well and truly on his gearbox. What can Viking Dog do? Perry hugging the apex. And Viking Dog absolutely hounding Perry. That's not a place where I thought I'd see a move come. Managed to set it up on the previous corner, managed to get it done. Viking Dog up into 8th place, Perry now down to 9th. So that is Zico now chasing down Kellen. There's only a 10th in it. Oh, Kellen just drove off the track. Kellen. Oh, Kellen. I think the pressure of Zico just got to him a little bit too much and he just took that McLaren off the track. Zico manages to get up into 2nd place now. Can he close that gap to Capel? Capel still with a 2.5 second lead over the rest of the field as he comes around the carousel for the 4th time. Them Racing Hards have taken a bit of a battering now. They will take him to the end of the race, but will they manage? Will they give him the pace to be able to keep Zico behind him? I'm not too sure. Zico has now gapped Kellen by 1.9 seconds. It's now 2 seconds. I think Kellen possibly not feeling too comfortable on them Racing Hards. He's got Alessandro behind him, who I think has got them Hards switched on. Slightly more worn. Alessandro still with the fastest lap on the board at the moment. He's actually lost a huge chunk of time to Kellen. And then we have Racing Green trying to close the gap to Alessandro in 4th place, aided by them Racing Mediums. But I think the gap we've got to keep an eye on is this one here. Zico has closed right up onto the back of Capel. It was around 1.6 seconds, but he's taken it out in a matter of corners. Capel maybe having a moment somewhere on them Racing Hards. They're going to be very worn indeed, and they are. We can see by the graphic there, they are not going to be very nice to drive on now. Well, Zico actually opting for the bump draft there. Well, he's actually decided to pull out now. But yeah, that Lexus, the top end's pretty bad though, isn't it? Oh, manages to come back a little bit in the toe. But Zico up into the lead of the race. That'll help him stretch his lead a little bit at the top of the tables if he manages to stay there. But I do think Capel's tyres are coming to the end of their shelf life, as I said before. He did really well to keep Zico at bay for as long as he could, but Zico now 1.1 seconds ahead. Capel with a nice 3-second buffer over Kellen though in third place. Kellen with Alessandro for company there in fourth. What can Alessandro do? Alessandro can maybe... Can he sniff a podium here on the final lap? Still a long way to go. Probably aware that Racing Green is 2.3 seconds behind at this stage, so he probably wants to try and get past Kellen if he can do so as soon as he can. And there he is, Racing Green on the racing mediums, and he is taking a couple of attempts out of that gap already. Then we have BX Royal now under the attention of Viking Dog. Viking Dog only 2 attempts off the back of his rear bumper. What can Viking Dog do? He managed to run away with it in the sprint race. And now trying to challenge BX for 6th place. And he's only a reserve driver this season. I think we're going to see him return full time soon. Oh, as he goes for a move now around the outside. He's going to be on the grass there though, almost unsettling the car. That almost sent him into a spin. Inside for the next one, but BS is going to be on the inside for this next right-hander. That was a brave one there from Viking. Almost managed to make it work, but almost lost the car at the same time. He says he won't do it. What, full time? Start a petition. Petition to make Viking Dog return racing full time. Yeah. Ah, okay. No worries, Slim. I think I do remember him saying one time in the chat or something, but yeah. It's nice to see him on track though, and managing to battle still with some of the fastest drivers in the Aero League Racing's GT Championship. But what a defence Royal is putting up at the moment. BX Royal still holding on to that 6th place, still keeping... still keeping Viking Dog behind him. He's actually managed to claw out a couple of attempts breathing space for the minute. But Viking Dog isn't dropping off the back easily. They've got 3 seconds over Yannick, who's got a 9-second lead over Astro, who's going on a bit of a lonely race at the moment in 9th place. Auto maybe will catch him soon if he doesn't have a moment like he just had then. He managed to save it though, almost losing the rear. CMP currently in 11th. He's got Anonymous company. Anonymous is going to be looking to try and make a move soon, I'm sure. The CMP actually managed to, well, I think he's probably got past Anonymous, hasn't he, on them fresh mediums, or fresher mediums. And we've lost Polito. I think we've lost him. Yeah, he must have had a disconnect, or he must have had a disconnect. So Zico now with a 4.6 second lead as he enters the carousel for the final time in this feature race of round 2 season 18. And it looks like Capel has done a fantastic job at the moment. He went for the undercut, he went for the very early undercut, I think. And he's managed to make it work somewhat. Still with a 1.4 second lead over Kellen. He's not at risk of losing that second place just yet, but there is still a little way to go in this race. And Kellen has somehow managed to keep Alessandro behind him as well. Maybe Alessandro trying to save his tyres for this final push. And Racing Green has been unable to reel him in as well. He's taken temps out of that time, but still not close enough to try and go for a move. BX there in 6th. Managed to get the breathing space now over Viking Dog in 7th. So I think Capel could get 2nd. I think you're right. And we've got to keep an eye on that. Oh, but Kellen is closing now. Kellen is into the 9 temps window, or he was momentarily. He's going to be starting to pick up the toe of the Lexus of Capel. Capel on the very heavily worn hard compound tyre. Zico 6.6 seconds up the road. I'm just going to stay on board with these guys for just a second because it is a very long straight indeed. So Capel trying to, all he can, trying to break the slipstream back to Kellen. It's going to be worth, well, it's going to be very strong indeed for that McLaren. And he has actually favoured to use 6th gear this time. I think there's a 7th as well, but we're going to have to go on board with this guy here as he comes through the final couple of turns, and he's going to come across the line now, and he will take the win. And Zico, GG's mate, takes the win in the feature race, and he takes the fastest lap there at the end. Capel manages to hold on to 2nd place. What a race for Capel. Kellen 3rd, Alessandro 4th, Racing Green in 5th, BX Royal in 6th, Viking Dog in 7th place. Yannick is going to bring that Porsche home in 8th. Auto Ration is going to finish in 9th place with Astro in 10th. We've got CMP going to bring it home in 11th. Anonyma 12th. Perry finishes 13th. And Tintin, last but not least, I think he's run out of fuel. Tintin's run out of fuel. Oh, dude. Tintin limps it across the line to finish in 14th place. And then we had the disconnect, or whatever it was, of Polito. But that was it, guys. That was round 2. That was a great evening of racing once again. I hope you all enjoyed that one. But yeah, that was it. We'll have the standings once again, you can see Zico finished in first place with Capel second. He managed to hold on to that second place. That was a great drive from Capel. Kellen in third, Alessandro fourth, Racing Green fifth, BX Royal in sixth, Viking Dog seventh, Yannick in eighth, Auto Ration in ninth, Astro in 10th, CMP 11th, Anonyma 12th, Perry in 13th, Tintin in 14th, and Palito did not finish the race. Well, that was it, guys. That was round 2, and obviously we'll be back same time, same place next week with round 3. So I will see you then. I've been your boy Vex. This has been the Aero League Racing's GT7 Championship and the Tier 1 drivers. We'll see you again next time. Good night.